What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You made it to another weekend. We have been gone for a little bit, guys, but there's been a lot of stuff going on in our personal lives that just did not let us get to record and stuff like that. But we're back for another weekend, guys. First weekend of football. Of course, we're going to be here, guys, to keep you company. But as always, guys, don't forget to follow us on social media. You can follow us on Twitter at @theblown_save and on Instagram at @theblown_save. You can also reach out to us still at theblown_save_podcast@gmail.com or head on over to theblown_save_podcast.com and leave us a message. Set your calendars, SoCal residents. The Blown Save Podcast is proudly sponsoring the Waves Project inaugural Veterans Golf Classic on November 12th this year at the Temecula Creek Inn Golf Resort. Lots of fun to be had there. There will be a putting green contest, breakfast buffet, lunch, and lots of prizes, with some of the most awesome swag bags for players and raffle prizes. If you are interested in joining the event as a player, please visit wavesgolf.com for further information. That being said, guys, you know I don't do this by myself. I got to have my boy with me. So my one, my only, my compadre. How you doing, Papa?
What's up, Coach? How we doing?
You're the coach. I just pretend.
You're a coach. You're a coach.
I just pretend to do.
Wet today. It's okay.
Yeah.
I feel bad that I had to go. I try not to be mean to you, but big thing for me is let's be hands-on, not verbal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was told that on the way home today that I got to be more hands-on than verbal.
Yeah.
So I know Luke understands when I tell him run to first base. He just
yeah. Most of the kids are only Luke and Damien are at that level. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else is fucking woo. They think the pitcher's mounds first base.
There you go. It did happen a lot today. So. For those of you guys playing at home, Artie and I have our sons in the same team this year, or for fall ball at least. Artie's the head coach. I'm one of his assistants. Artie's mean to me regardless, so it's fine. I still love him. It's okay, Artie.
What? I did what?
I said you're always mean to me anyways. It's okay.
I'm not mean to you. What are you talking about? I talk very nicely behind your back.
There you go. But in front of me, guys, it's a whole nother animal.
No, when I give you praise, you earn it.
This is true. I'll give you that. This is true. When you do praise, you're like, hey, man, look. I don't tell you nice things very often. Here you go. Here's a cookie. Shut up. We've been gone for a couple weeks, man. It's no fault to you or me or just life kind of got in the way. I was kind of just touching on that before I brought you in. And it is what it is, man. Like, sometimes I know I've had a couple people like, dude, you got to keep doing it. I'm like, we're going to keep doing it. It's just fucking life happens, man. Like, we sometimes we can't do what we want because we have to do what we have to. And that's something I try and teach my oldest son, Logan, like, do what you have to do first. And then if you get time, do what you want to do. And this is something we want to do, but sometimes what we have to do kind of supersedes what we want to do and what we're doing here. But we're going to do our damnedest, especially during football season, because we got to get our picks in. We got to get, let you guys know where to put your bets, where not to put your bets. Definitely listen to Artie more than me. But, hey, sometimes I do pull it out. So it is what it is. Right, compa?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, sure. I'm not the greatest, but I'm pretty damn good.
Hey, there you go. Hey, I'll take you over me all the time. Let's see here. What's been going on? Did you read about this, or have you seen this milk crate challenge thing?
I have seen it. It's really interesting. Did you see the meme I sent you about Dak and the milk crate?
Yeah. Why, dude?
Because it was funny.
Yeah, it's funny him getting hurt. Look, guys, if you guys are over 25, you have no goddamn reason to be going up these fucking milk crates and killing yourself here. You're going to break a hip or some shit. I know if I tried and I fell, good God, I would be in traction for like a month or two.
Right. Yeah, man. But, some people obviously make it look super easy. And then, hey, I saw on Twitter that one girl died from it.
No.
She must have fell and like landed on her head type of thing. I didn't look more into it.
It had to have been like on concrete or something.
Yeah, because I've seen a couple people that fall and just like eat it really bad,
I've seen dudes when they're like at the very top and then they start shaking really bad and they try to take that first step down and Stuvo, dude, boom, they're down.
Tuck and roll.
Guys, once again, if you're over 25, if you grew up in the 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s, You do not need to be doing this. You will break a hip, pull your back out, do something. Jesus Christ.
Yep, I feel you, homie. I feel you.
All right, as for challenges, that's all I'm going to talk about. I just thought it was fucking hilarious. Let's see. In boxing news, guys, there's a big article come out recently talking about Canelo and how he won't be the undisputed champion, even if he beats IBF champ Caleb Plant. They say that Canelo never cleaned his division in 160 pounds because he knew that Demetrius Andrade, would most likely make him look bad. Canelo has always avoided American undefeated champions. It is said that a boxer of his status would fight Rocky Fielding and Avni Yildirim over an undefeated champion at 160 pounds to become undisputed, but that is okay because Canelo also ducked him at 154 pounds when Andrade held the WBO belt. And how was he granted the WBC franchise belt after ducking Andrade to miss the undisputed championship remains a mystery. Going on to say in this article, if Canelo beats Plant in October, he should not be named undisputed champion until he grows a pair and fights Benavidez, a boxer he has also avoided, like he avoided Andrade for the middleweight division. What do you think, Artie? You got to beat them all to be the champ? Or, hey, if it didn't happen, it didn't happen?
I mean, we all know how boxing goes, bro. You know, people dodge people. You know what I'm saying? You want to try to stay the champ. You want to be on top. And you want to wait for that right moment. I mean, look at what happened with, you know, the king of that was, what's the name? The ducker, right? The blocker. Floyd Mayweather, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's the king of that dude at not fighting guys in their prime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he would always wait till they were older and they didn't move the same way. Case in point, fucking Manny Pacquiao.
You're right. Pacquiao was like the big one. Fighting Canelo early instead of later.
Yeah.
You know? Like, he knew, dude. Like, and so does Canelo. You know, he learned the same thing. Why do you think he didn't fight like Triple G again? You know, like,
yeah,
he saw, you know, how all that worked out. And he's like, nah, dude, this dude's dangerous. You know, I got lucky to get away with
a W and stuff.
That type of thing. Yeah, you know, so.
So you think, yeah, undisputed champion, he wins. It is what it is.
I mean, it's one of those, like, you know, the Tiger Slam type of thing, you know, where it wasn't all in one calendar year, but still it is acknowledged as like a slam type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be something in that round.
Okay. I mean, the man beat some people and didn't lose, and he's got the belts. To me, it is what it is sometimes, you know? Like, who was it that won the championships when Jordan was out and he wasn't playing when he was playing baseball? Like, does it really count because Jordan wasn't there to actually compete against them? Well, yeah, it still fucking counts. They still beat other people to win those championships. And then Jordan showed up and they won 3 more. So, I mean, if he beats the people and he's got the belts, then he's got the belts and he's the champion. I mean, it's just plain and simple. You may not feel that in your heart if you're like a hardcore boxing fan, but to the normal dudes like me and my compadre here, it is what it is, man. Like, fuck it. He wins. He's the undisputed champion.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Right. For now. A couple weeks ago, the Yankees were surging. I know Evan was super happy about this one. They had the longest streak, the winning streak in 60 years with 12, and I believe they got up to 13 before they lost. And that was the last time they won this. The last time they won this many was 60 years ago. So do the math. I can't do the math. I'm good. They were on their way to their 14th win, and then they met the Angels, and the Angels beat them.
2 out of 3.
Hey, they stopped the winning streak.
What? Oh no, see, that's different. Yeah, because I mean, it could say, well, the Yankees beat the Angels
once.
Okay,
out of 3.
So, yeah, that's what
they
I'm
actually
saying,
took
the. Like this,
well, I'm saying they met the Angels and then they lost the little winning streak. So theirs ended at 13. The Yankees are in much better position right now than the Angels are, so I give them that. Although they just lost a 4-game series to the Toronto Blue Jays, which is not going to help their odds of getting to the postseason right now.
Yep. Yeah, they're. Yeah, I think they were going to catch a hot streak. I didn't think they'd catch that kind of hot streak, but I kind of knew they'd catch a hot streak, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, good for them.
Yeah,
they're back to reality.
The Dodgers overtook the Giants for like a day.
For a moment, yeah. On my birthday, it was a birthday present for me.
There you go.
Just stayed in there and
there you go.
Bounced back and forth a couple of times, and now we're chasing 1 or 2, I think, again.
Yeah. Hey, we helped take a game away from the Padres. We beat the Padres once.
Nobody cares about the Padres. They're way back there.
How far back are they?
Excuse me. I saw they were like 6 back, 8 back.
That many? Oh my god!
It wasn't close. In fact, they had fallen out of the playoff race. Out of that second wild card. They were that far back.
Padres fans.
I don't know if it's like that right now still. Let me see. I'll check it right now for you.
Thank you, sir.
They're back in it. They're back in it. They're so behind the Dodgers. Mm-hmm. They're 13 games back.
Oh fuck!
Right.
For the second wild card.
Games back. They're in that second wild card, but yeah, they're 13 games back.
Who's the
Dodgers?
Who are they fighting with?
Chasing. Damn, they're chasing 3 right now.
That's harsh.
I mean, we just kept blowing those games against San Francisco, man. All you could do is tip your cap, dude. Like, we're just blowing those games against San Francisco.
They're a solid team.
And it's brutal, man, because if it wasn't against San Fran, like we have the second best record in baseball, I believe.
I believe you do.
Tied for second best record in baseball.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, San Fran's just hot, dude.
On top of
that, they have our number when we play them.
I just want to say that a couple months ago we talked about who was going to win the West, and I said San Francisco, and you're like, what? How are you not going to pick the Dodgers? And I was like, I said they were going to make the playoffs. I didn't say they were going to win the West. And right now, there's still too much time, but right now.
I also said the Angels would be in the playoffs. So.
I said they might squeak into that second wild card, and they're not getting there.
Oh, no.
There's no way.
Yeah, I never thought they had a chance in hell.
There's always a chance in hell. They still haven't gotten their magic number, but it's close. It's coming.
Yeah, I wanted to see actually.
They actually got rid of one of their. They got rid of.
They're 9. They're not. They're closer to the wild card than San Fran.
San Francisco to the
place. I mean, not San Fran. San Diego is
San Diego.
Second place.
I'll take it.
But yeah, you got 9 games back, man.
Yeah,
can't even break 500.
We would have to just win out, and people would have to lose. It's not gonna happen.
Man. I had a dream the other day, bro, that Trout retired.
Oh, don't
and I'm not even joking. I had a dream that he retired. He said, you know what? The Angels just suck, and I'm just going to retire. I literally had a dream like that. And I remember thinking, no, because he's such a great talent, you know?
Yeah.
And I was literally thinking that because he hasn't come back, dude. He hasn't come back. At this point, why come back this year?
At this point, no. Just sit out the rest of the year. He keeps saying that, I'm trying. You know what? Stop trying. Like, go heal your fucking legs so we don't have any problems next season, and hopefully everybody's healthy. Cross my fingers.
In some ways, I think he's going to be around like the Joe DiMaggio numbers, where he's like clearly a Hall of Famer because he was so great for such a period of time. But I don't think he's going to be a dude that is going to have that illustrious career kind of numbers because he's been getting hurt a lot lately. So like those 600 home runs, the 7 home runs, I just don't see it, man. I think like
500
best. I think maybe like the 500 marker, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
He's already over 300 and something.
Yeah, but I mean, if he gets hurt, like, and you're only gonna be in the prime for so many years.
Yeah,
man. Like,
right.
Don't get me wrong. I think he could hit 20 for a long time, but he's gonna have to do it for a long time. Think about that. 20 for the next 10 years gets him at 500.
Yeah. Well, here's my question now, just to pivot from the home run thing. So Albert is 21 home runs away from 700.
Mm-hmm.
He come back next year?
I think so. You know why? Because I think he's gonna go to like St. Louis with Yachty, because Yachty said next year's his last year already.
I thought he said this year was his last year.
No, they signed him to a 1-year contract, I believe.
Oh,
for next year.
I believe he might make it out there too. Hey,
Yeah, so
I honestly think
might right off to the sunset and fucking get all those balloon numbers type of thing, and he's gonna wear his St. Louis cap clearly in the Hall of Fame,
Oh yeah. Do you think he hits 700? What if he does it? What if he's like 3 or 4 home runs away from 700 at the end of next season? Does he come back again?
That's really the question, to be honest, because I think he needs to be. Man, he needs to cut it into the teens. before this year ends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he needs to be in the 19. I mean, 15 would be ideal, but
Well,
he needs to get into the like
the good thing
18,
is
17s, you know?
the good thing is he's gonna be playing. He's playing with the Dodgers, so they're gonna be doing a playoff run.
Yeah, but none of it counts.
Oh, none of those count.
Towards the not towards the
Okay.
regular season.
Well,
That's why
then
it's like
he got what 3 weeks to go.
you got 3 weeks. If he could pop one out a week, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
and he kind of goes on those little pace on those little runs.
The little
man, you
runs,
know?
yeah.
I mean, if he look, I think that if he gets to like, I think he really the magic number. I think he really needs to be like right around 17, man, going into next year to do it in 1 year.
So he needs like
Because that's still a lot of
4 or
home runs
5
in 1
more
year.
home
'Cause
runs.
what's he at right now? Right now, he's probably at like, if I had to take a guess, maybe 13 home runs. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with like 17 right now.
Yeah, so
I'm going with the over that. I'm going over that with that one. 17.
Yeah. I mean, find this fool.
It's gonna be like 9.
Nah, he's gonna be double digits because I think he's like at 9 with the Dodgers, man. He had a couple little runs
Yeah,
for us.
it's like you said. You get to a winning franchise, it changes the way you walk, talk, and play.
Let's see here. I got his stats here. Oh man, I think you're right on there. We're I don't know where he's at, but 17.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think like
If he breaks 20, if he gets 3 more, because he's right now he's 21. He's 21 home runs away.
I think he really needs to be around that get going into next year at that 18, 17 marker, dude, to have a shot.
So he's got to get 3, 4, 4 for sure. 3 will get you close.
Yeah, because the thing is, I think wherever he goes, he plays the same kind of role as for the Dodgers, where he only faces lefties.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on a team that needs him, because he can't hit righties worth crap anymore, dude. He just chases that slider like nothing, you know. He chases that slider, and anybody that throws a little hard, they throw him inside, and he can't turn on anymore. You know?
Nah, he don't got that speed no more.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he could still hit the fastball away on righties, you know, but that's kind of easier because it's out open. You just extend your arms. It's not as much, you know.
Yeah.
But he could hit lefties, man. He still hits lefties pretty well.
That's good. That's good. I mean,
yeah,
he is smoking them every once in a while. So 4 more, and you're in that sweet spot, Pujols. You got to come back for 1 more. Now here's the question. So he's 3 away from hitting 700. Does he come back another season? Does another team take that risk of signing him 1 more year?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a good question. I think he would have to do in the AL somewhere, you know?
As a designated hitter?
Yeah, because he's pushing it, man. I think people are just like, they remember him as Father Time type of thing, you know? Like,
yeah,
when he was good, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You know, Alex Rodriguez was like, what, 2 home runs away from 700 or something like that? Yeah, I think it was
698. Yeah, I think it was 698.
Yeah, so, and that fool couldn't get picked up by nobody.
Well, nobody wanted to pick him up because of all the fucking bullshit that was going on with him.
But I mean, still, you know, like, no,
I think
dude, he was 2 home, and he had way more left in there.
Oh, that's what I was about to say. A-Rod had a lot more left in the tank, but it was marred with the steroids, and it was marred with all the other extracurricular bullshit that was going on. Yeah. So maybe that's why he got blackballed, and that's why nobody picked him up. It's kind of like Barry Bonds. There's no way in hell after he finished his contract with the Giants, he couldn't have gone to an American League team and smacked fucking for another 2-3 years.
20, yeah, at least 20 tanks, right?
Yeah. As
and
the
that's
DH.
What I think with A-Rod too. A-Rod could have easily been dropping like 20 tanks.
But I think because of the stigma of the steroids and all the other bullshit, that's why it didn't happen.
Yeah, I agree. Albert doesn't have that, but the thing is, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have the stigma, but he just doesn't have that in the tank, you know?
Yeah. The tank is running on fumes, guys.
He is on fumes. He is very much on fumes. I think he gets 1 more year, man. I don't see anybody picking him up as the next year unless he takes on a pinch hit specialist kind of role, man. But, dude, it's hard to hit home runs when pinch hitting, you know?
Yeah. He's done it a couple times.
Yeah, but if like that's all you're doing, you're rolling the dice, dude.
Yeah.
Because on average, probably the league leader in pinch hit home runs, on average, I bet you right around 5, give or take. I bet you this year's pinch hit home run leader is Pablo Sandoval, and I bet you he's right at 5.
I'll take that bet. I think you're right.
Yeah. I think he's right there, right around 5. So I mean, think about that. That dude has to like, and yeah, man, I don't know. I don't see it.
What other big things have you heard about baseball? Just everything going on right now with football kind of got me off the track on the ball.
Well, I find it really interesting about Vladimir Guerrero's he's like 3 home runs and 5 RBIs away from a triple crown, and I think I sent it to you, and that he might not even get a first place vote. You know?
Yeah, I don't think Ohtani's gonna sweep as of right now.
I don't think so. I think there's going to be someone from Toronto that gives that.
And even Kansas City, because fucking.
I know Sal Perez.
Sal P is doing work.
He is, man. He's on Shohei's ass for that home run lead. Without the home run title, really, like, the Shohei. That's what I was talking to you earlier. Without the home run title, is he really like that much of an enigma? Don't get me wrong, it is part of it.
Yeah.
But is he that much of it without it?
I mean, he hit number 44 today.
Okay. Is he even going to break 100 RBIs, though?
I think he's like 6 RBIs away.
I got to check. I don't even think he's close.
He's like 6 RBIs away. Check it. Google it, boot. To quote Monica, Google it, boot. He's going to be like at 93, 94. He'll get 100.
93, 7 away.
That's two in a row, baby.
Well, you said 6, homie, but
come on, plus or minus 1. Jeez.
Still, you said it, but still.
Did they put it in today's stats? Because he scored another RBI when he hit a home run.
Well, you can't score an RBI. You drive somebody in.
What else is going on in baseball? Anything else? Who do you think's gonna take the National League MVP? Real quick.
So, I mean, they talk about Bryce Harper, being there. They talk about Bryce Harper and Tatis. I don't understand the Tatis one, dude. So he reminds me of kind of like the AL version of Shohei, right?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like he's hitting a lot of tanks. He was exciting when he was short. He gets hurt a lot.
Well, they moved him to right field because they were trying to keep him from those diving catches at shortstop. And, I mean, he's still running into the walls and still diving, so.
Like, while he's exciting, I feel like baseball's turned now where, like, the MVP is no longer, like, the actual MVP. It's the most exciting player.
Mm.
And don't get me wrong, like, I think Shohei, I mean, I just have a hard time giving an MVP to someone that's not in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Or keeping their team in the playoffs.
We've had this conversation many times.
And I don't think he's not deserving of it. I'm just saying I have a hard time. He is deserving of it because he's been doing all this without Trout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Imagine where they would be without him. You know what I'm saying? Like Shohei. Now, Shohei hasn't had those signature moments, where like, damn, that dude carried the team today. He's had a couple of moments where like, oh, damn, he did some really impressive stuff, but he didn't like carry the team. Does that make sense? Like the one that I think was real cool is like when he had the mad dash to home from like second on a base hit, right? And he slid and just laid down at home plate after that.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool. That to me, that's like it's a signature moment if you ask me, because dudes his size aren't supposed to do that.
Yeah, he got that run.
Tanks, he hasn't had a tank where it was like, oh man, that fucking won us a game. Oh man, that
he hasn't had a walk off.
That didn't. It doesn't have to be a walk-up, but it just like changes the whole momentum of the game. Yeah. He seems to hit a lot of meaningless home runs. He hits some of those meaningless home runs really far away, but it seems like
he hits them too early in the game. They're not late when it's clutch where you need them.
Right.
I mean, there's been a couple times where I watched the game. He's coming up, and you're like, okay, this is where we need him. It's the 9th inning, 2 outs, and guess who's on base? Who's up? It's Shohei Ohtani with the bases loaded. A base hit right now will fucking win us the game, and he gets struck out.
Yeah, and he hasn't gone over there and like shoved it against like elite teams.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Like he's had really good games against like weak ass teams, and like okay games against elite teams. So for me, like that's where I'm just like, well, yeah, I mean, he's one of those dudes that's picking on the JV players type of thing, like a varsity dude picking on JV players, which like, well, yeah, you're better than the JV players you're supposed to be, but you're not doing this to other varsity players,
Yeah, I got you.
Does that make sense? And that's not to say he's not a varsity player. I'm just saying he's not doing it to other varsity type of players.
I'm with you.
Like, can you name like a big pitcher where he took a big name pitcher deep? Like a Jake DeGrom or like Lance Lynn. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing some names out there, but like some like filthy ass pitcher where like, oh damn, he took this fool deep, you know?
I mean, I know he took Manaea deep one time. That was against the A's. Manaea?
Oh, the A's, yeah. Like I said, elite.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of. I can't off the top of my head. I couldn't tell you. I'd have to look. I'd have to honestly look and see and dive into that one before.
You need to take like Chappie deep, you know?
Yeah.
So like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like those, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there hasn't been a pitcher that who hasn't taken deep that is not like a really good pitcher.
I mean, they're playing in the MLB,
an elite one. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
But I mean,
not a Cy Young contending motherfucker. That's no, I'm with you.
So I don't know. So I just don't. I don't know. So that's some of the issues I have with the American League. Tatis has had his some moments. He's had games where he carried that team where you're like, oh damn. You know, he had that 3-homer game where he was his first 3 at bats, he hit home runs, and then he hit a double his next at bat and ended up like 4 for 5 or something like that.
Yeah. That
game he clearly carried the team, you know? So he's had his moments, so I get that part. But I mean, to me, dude, it's got my vote would go to Freddie Freeman. You know, I told you that before, that he got his team back into the playoff hunt once it lost Acuna, and he's got the numbers, dude, across the board.
Yeah,
330 home runs, or 100 RBIs, 100 runs scored. Like those are the numbers you want. You know, plays every day. Like, yeah, that's who I would pick as the MVP. But he won the MVP last year. You know, like you can't knock a dude for winning it last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a dude I really like from the National League. Another dude, it's just kind of hard though to pick him, is Turner from the Dodgers, the shortstop / second baseman now.
Mm-hmm.
That dude's had a really good year, man. He's had a really, really good year. He's the first dude they were talking about since like, was it early 2000s? I can't remember who it was, to have a 300 batting average in every single month of the season.
Oh wow!
Like he's on, yeah, and it's been like, and I want to say close to 20 years or something like that someone had it. I don't know who it was, but he's the first dude. I heard the stat the other day and I was like, oh damn, I didn't know that, you know?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have a stupid high batting average, but he has a good batting average, you know?
Yeah.
Because he dropped down a little bit. Where's he at here?
Low 300.
Where are you at? I don't even know he's in 300 anymore. I don't see him here. I'd have to look for him. But like Freddie Freeman's batting, you know, 293, you know? Still, like I said, you know, he was the first dude to have like 300 batting averages, what they're saying in every single month of the season so far. That's pretty impressive.
It is.
You know?
It's very impressive that you're batting consistently.
Oh, he's hitting 321.
Oh shit.
321. You know what I'm saying? So
for the season or for the month right now?
No, for the season.
Jeez. That's
321, dude.
How many dingers he got?
I think I saw him break 20 the other day. It's hard to tell because they have it like combined, you know what I'm saying? So,
oh, yeah.
21. Yeah, 21 tanks. So he did break it.
Right.
I mean, yeah. So, like, you know, he's got 26 steals, you know. He's got only 59 RBIs, but he's a leadoff guy, so you can't be expecting a lot of RBIs. You know?
That's another thing Ohtani has. He's got the steals.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I mean, he's got 26, and Ohtani's probably in like the 22, 23 range.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Let's see here. Ohtani 23. Yeah.
23.
Right on it. But Ohtani's only hitting 257.
This is true.
You know, that's
a lot of swinging and misses.
A lot of
He's very susceptible, and any pitch over about 98, 99, he's having a really hard time catching up to it. I think he's going to work on that on the offseason. And that low and away slider, moving away from him, he's having trouble not chasing that. And honestly, he's had a couple bad calls by some Blues where the ball was clearly off the plate, but because he chased it before, they gave him the strike and he was out. So, I mean, it is what it is. So it's It's a double-edged sword with Ohtani, you know what I mean? Like today, he actually had a really bad day on the mound. I saw he only went 3.1 innings, and he got blown up by the Astros. But he hit the 44th tank or whatever. But he gave up, I think, like 4 runs in 3.1 innings. So is he gonna break double digits with the pitching wins as far as wins go? I don't. He's at 9. I mean, he's got to get 10. So
I think he's got the MVP on lock, dude, because no one else has really run away within the American League. And he's had too great of a year that has never really happened, you know?
Yeah.
At this point, he's surpassed anything that any pitcher-hitter combo has ever done, you know?
Yeah, I'm with you there.
And it's a modern era. That's another thing, too. This is a modern era. This is very uncharted territory.
Well, yeah, nobody's really done this since the golden era.
Yeah, so it's just crazy, I think. So just for that, he gets the MVP, you know?
Yeah. Do you think he comes out next year, does the same thing, or close to it, he gets the MVP again?
No, because, I mean, I told you, I didn't even think he'd break 50 home runs, you know?
This is true.
Because he was just on such a torrid run that I was like, that doesn't happen often, you know? This isn't repeatable. Like, those kind of runs don't happen twice in a year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the one he was on when he cruised through 30 home runs or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. He's been at, like, 30-something home runs by like the All-Star break, right?
He was at 31 at the All-Star break.
So since the All-Star break, almost 2 months, right? He's only got fucking 13 tanks?
More, yeah.
I mean, you know, like I said, those kind of runs don't happen often, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't think he'd break, like I said, I didn't think he'd break 50 home runs. I think he'd be high 40s, which is really, he's in the mid 40s right now, so he's approaching high 40s, you know?
Right.
And they got 3 weeks, like you said. So, I mean, he could go on a run and maybe make a run at that 60. But, I mean, he needs to go on a run. Like, when was the last time he hit 2 tanks in a game?
No, it's been a while. Not since before the break.
Not like it's easy to do, but still, like, home run hitters, that's what they do, you know?
Yeah.
And he hasn't had a 3-homer game.
Not a one.
So, I don't know. But, again, I'm not knocking dude. I'm just trying to say, like...
Yeah, there's parts of his game. Yeah,
I just feel like the MVP has become more of, like, who's the most exciting player in baseball as opposed to who's the actual MVP. You know, like, Griffey was robbed of that so many times. Like, remember when Griffey finally won his MVP?
Yeah.
Like, one of the things was the game's most exciting player is finally the game's most valuable player.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah,
and I was like, damn, how poetic was that? And it kind of reminds me of Kobe. Like, Kobe's only had 1 MVP in his career, dude. 1. You know what I'm saying? Because they gave it to the dudes that were, like, the dudes, you know, that were having stupid standout years or whatever. But he only had 1 MVP in his career. You know?
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is wild, because you think of Kobe as being one of those at the table that
he's one of the top 5 players in the history of basketball, right?
With 1 MVP.
A lot of people, right? And 1 MVP.
That's wild.
I dare say he's guaranteed for sure one of the top 10 players in NBA basketball, right? History?
Yeah.
Like 10 for sure, right? But people debate whether he's top 5 or top 3 and all that stuff. But top 10 for sure. And top 10, I guarantee, I'm willing to bet that he has the least amount of MVPs from anybody considered in the top 10 of all time.
If you're telling me he's only got 1, I agree with you.
Yeah. So that's just crazy to think of stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
But then you think of, like, you ever think about this? Realize Derek Jeter had, like, the 6th most hits of all time, like, for a career?
Yeah.
6. He was number 6 on the all-time list. That dude never won an MVP. He never really won any big awards. He won, like, postseason MVP and an All-Star Game MVP, Rookie of the Year, a couple Silver Sluggers, and a couple Gold Gloves. And then that's it. He never won a regular season MVP, you know?
He just happened. He happened to be in the he happened to be in the right place at the right time for some big plays, and that's what everybody remembers. Like the cutoff little toss.
Yeah,
everybody knows that game.
3,600 hits, bro.
Yeah?
I think is what I saw. 6th most all time.
That's fucking impressive. Man. That's impressive.
I think is what I saw. I mean, I could be wrong. I didn't remember him having that many hits. I thought he squeaked into the 3,000 club, but
apparently he rolled right in.
Yeah. So.
Right on. All right. Before we jump into the NFL, I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick little break. And then that way you guys can hear from our sponsors, since we haven't played any of the sponsors in a while. So real quick, guys, we'll be right back. Enjoy the quick break. See you in a second. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed whoever it was that you guys listened to. But here we're back now. NFL is now officially back. We had our first game last night. We're going to talk about the exciting game that was the Cowboys and the Buccaneers last night. And then we're going to talk about the rest of some of the other stuff, buzz that's been going around the NFL. We're going to go ahead and go over our picks for the rest of the week, and we're going to pick next Thursday's game, since we usually record on Fridays. We're gonna go ahead and record, or we're gonna go ahead and pick our Thursday game, so that way we know where we're standing come Friday night when we do the show next week. Fuck, dude, I'm excited, dude. I was so pumped last night, but it's so exciting. A lot of stuff's been going on in the world of football. The Saints have a new quarterback, and he has been chosen. And it's not who you thought, not the guy they gave a bunch of money to. It's Jameis Winston. He beat out Taysom Hill. After Hill, like I said, got a decent-sized contract, the Saints decided to go with a tested veteran this coming up season, at least for week one. Who knows if he's going to stay there? Is he going to be pick-happy Mr. Winston, or is he going to be bullet-driving, torpedo-throwing Jameis Winston? We'll have to wait and see for that one. What do you think on that, Artie? Do you think the Saints made the right pick?
I mean, gotta bring some excitement to that team. I'm not sure, like, what they're gonna do with Hill's. Not gonna win them a lot of games. That style of a quarterback is not for the NFL.
Right.
Winston don't have the receivers to throw to, though. Michael Thomas is out till week 8, I think it was. He's not eligible to come back because 1 through 6 he's on the IL, and I think week 7 they're on a bye, so then he can't come back
till week 8.
Week 8,
yeah,
is what I think I had heard. I drafted him in a lot of leagues, but I drafted him as a IL slot stash for later in the year.
I'm with you there.
So that's one big thing, but they always have Kamara too, and Winston throwing the ball up in there. That's always brings excitement, frustration too, but excitement. So I mean, I don't think they have anything to lose by you giving them that shot. And that fool went and signed with them, I think, for pennies, when I think he could have signed somewhere else,
Plus or minus, I know we're getting to my dad's favorite part of the show. Over under 5 games he starts before they pull the plug.
Damn. I'd have to see who they were in the 5 games. Who those were in the 5 games, because that kind of makes a difference, right?
Yeah, I guess. But if you're just throwing it out there, he plays 5 games.
I kind of feel like he gets benched somewhere right around there. And then when Thomas comes back, and I think they're like, all right, we got a receiver now. Let's give him another shot. You know what I'm saying?
I got you there.
I really do think he is going to get benched.
So right around.
So I say, I think his bench right around 5 if I had to pick one. So I'm gonna just say over.
Okay. Going with the over.
At 6.
I think I'm gonna go with the over as well. I think I don't think he gets benched at all. I think he actually takes this opportunity and actually does something with it. And then once Thomas does,
I guarantee he gets benched. He might not. He might still start, but that fool's gonna get benched for sure in a fourth quarter. Sit your ass down.
You threw 4 picks today.
He got benched when he was on Tampa.
He did.
Remember him saying?
Yeah.
He got benched. Yeah, dude. So if he got benched, that fool's I guarantee he's getting benched. Is he gonna lose his job? Probably not. That fool's getting benched. I'll tell you that.
Freaking what's Peyton? Sean Payton's gonna be over there bro, you sit down, bro. You threw 5 picks. He said, "Around, but I threw for 600 yards and 8 touchdowns. What the fuck?" He said, "Yeah, but we still fucking lost. Thanks." All right. Let's see. Tyreek Hill has found a way around the new celebration taunting rules. I don't know if you saw this. On his gloves, he printed in black paint his patented deuces. He usually holds it up, the deuces, as he's running by people. Yeah. Well, now he just holds his hand up like, "Hi," but it's in black on the glove. It's the deuces on there. What do you think about the NFL cracking down on the rule change I know that C.J. Gardner-Johnson sounded off on the rule change. He said, you can't stop an emotional player from being who they are. A lot of players out there play with emotions on their sleeves, and for you, the refs, to throw a flag for somebody celebrating something they did that they prepared for is bullshit. What do you think, Artie?
I'm with him, I'm with them for sure on that. The NFL is the no fun league, right? Is what kind of been known for. And honestly, Brant, I really think it's one of those still standing good old boy clubs. You know what I'm saying? Is there a minority owner yet in the NFL? I would say, I dare say there is not one.
I want to say there's not either.
So to me, it's a good old boys club, bro.
Yeah.
Good old boys club, let me tell you, they have some deep roots on how they view things and how they should be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So without getting too much into it, my personal opinion.
Well, that's why we're here, Artie. We want to get into it, Artie.
I mean, it gets hectic,
Yeah.
It gets muddy for sure.
Well,
So,
get muddy, get dirty. Come on, we got plenty of time.
I mean, it gets racist. I just think there's a lot of racism built into it. I think it's almost like, in some ways, I feel like it's like a slavery type of thing. Like, hey, you work for us, and you're our workhorse. If you don't like it, then go do something else.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like, I feel like that's how they treat the poor damn running backs too. Like, think about it. Gurley is out of the NFL, bro. Like, he's not in it. He was like the top running back just 3 years ago, wasn't he? Like 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago. I want to say 4 years ago.
Dude, I know it was 3. I want to say it was 3 because he was a top running back when they went to the Super Bowl, and it was the year that I got my house, dude. I've only had this house for 3 years.
Okay.
Think about that. He was the number 1 running back 3 years ago. Le'Veon Bell, same thing, about 3-4 years ago. Right up there, 1A, 1B type of thing. And that dude's like fighting to be the backup for the Ravens because they lost their 2 main running backs already.
Yeah.
Like, how quick we forget, right? How quick.
Yeah.
And you know who I feel like is trending this way? You're not going to want to hear it.
Has he?
I think Ezekiel Elliott.
He's got to do something this year, or else he's going to go down that road.
Yep, I really do.
All those problems and all the bullshit, and
that's it.
Not enough fucking return.
Oh, he was over. It was the year before he was overweight. Last year Dak wasn't there.
You have said this plenty of times, brother. You've said, what's the ROI? What's the ROI, return on investment, on Ezekiel Elliott right now? Right now, he's in the negative. Yeah. And if Dak stays healthy and they're both healthy and he doesn't put up fucking numbers this year, I think he's going down that same road.
Yep. Tony Pollard time.
He had to. I mean, Tony Pollard actually outrushed him this last game.
Right.
Zeke had 33. Pollard had 38.
Yeah.
Rushing yards. Zeke also had 6 receiving yards, though. But
do you think it's just like wear and tear on their body? What is it?
I think so. I mean, you have to look at the position of running back, right? And what they have to do. They literally throw their bodies into other people on a down basis. You know what I mean? And it's going to take a toll. I mean, that's why Zeke was great when he first came out of college. He was still fresh. Like, okay, 4 years later, like, dude, that's going to take a toll on your body. We don't have the elasticity, if you want to call it that, the intestinal fortitude of like Barry Sanders, of Emmitt Smith, of fucking what's his name, Jerome the Bus Bettis. You know what I mean? Big dudes that just fucking tanked because, let's be honest, some of the defensive guys on the other side, weren't as big as they are now, and now everybody's fucking 6'8", 300 pounds on the defensive line. You know what I mean? I don't care how strong you are. That's going to hurt every time you get hit and you got to run over there. And then they drop on top of you on top of that. It's got to be tough on the body one way or the other. I did see one thing, and I'll get into it when we go to the game from last night. But one of the big things I also saw that will take a toll on your body, like they asked Zeke to block yesterday a lot. And he was blocking fucking Ndamukong Suh a bunch of times. I think Dak only got sacked one time, and he was flushed out of the pocket like 3 times because they kept putting Pollard and fucking Zeke in there to fucking help block. Because we were missing Martin, and then we just lost Lael Collins to a substance abuse 5-week fucking suspension or whatever. Which to me, if it's marijuana, dude, come on. All right, we got to get past the stigma about it already. But if it's something else,
Yeah.
I get it. Fucking nail them. Like, I don't give a shit about that shit. But at this,
good old boys.
Yeah.
Like the Mary Jane.
no, they don't like that. They don't like that. But I digress. But I think that's why. I mean, that's as you see, you're not going to see the running backs like back in the day where they played for 20 years. You know what I mean? That's how not Zeke. That's how Emmett got his freaking numbers. He played for 20 years. That's how fucking all the greats. I mean, they played for years and years and years. But it was just a different type of league.
Now.
Yeah, it's a different type of league now. If you're a running back, an elite running back, unless you have the best line in the world, you're probably 5 years, 6 years, and then you're getting put out the pasture. They're gonna bring in the new fresh guy. So it's a lot.
Like it's 5 at the very most elite years that running backs have anymore.
I'm with you there. I mean, Zeke apparently. I mean, and we've said this countless times. I need to make shirts that say this shit, right? They're in their best shape of their career. They lost 20 pounds. I'm shredded. I'm in the best shape of my life. Fucking 6 years later, it's like, bro, you were in the best shape of your life when you first got here. You know, fucking 6 years ago. Now you're pretty good. I mean, he's in better shape than both of us. But
what do they call them? Because they're making a lot of professional decisions now, right? Isn't it business decisions?
Yeah, they're making a lot of business decisions.
Yeah, they're not just playing anymore.
They're not exactly. They're not playing to fucking play. They're playing to get paid.
Yep.
And I'll tell you this much: Zeke ain't gonna get paid that much if you don't do something with his opportunities, especially this year. Like I said, if everybody stays healthy, if Dak stays healthy, if he plays the way he did yesterday, Zeke should be able to put some numbers up. It's just a defense like Tampa Bay's was just absolutely awesome as far as like shutting down the run. I think they were like 3rd or 4th in shutting down the run last year. And
over under 1,000 yards rushing for him.
I think he's over. I think he hits
over under 1,250.
Under. I was gonna say about 1125, 1140, right around there.
I was gonna say if he has a good year where he needs to, he's gotta break that marker. He's probably not gonna break the 1,500 marker, but
yeah, definitely. I don't. I mean, he's got to have some crazy games again, like when they play the
16 games, bro.
This is true.
Right, 16.
This is true. I forgot.
1,600.
I think you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say he hits 1,400 yards.
Rushing.
All purpose, I think he hits 2,000. All purpose.
I think all purpose he clears 1,500. I think rushing he's gonna be right around the 1,200 marker. I hope he's right around the 1,200 marker.
Did you pick him up in any league?
I'm like 3 because I really believe that this is a big make or break year for him. I really do. Even if Dak gets hurt or something happens to him, that fool still got to step up. There's no excuses this year.
Yeah.
You know
well, he's in the best shape of his career.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a shirt, bro. I'm in the best shape of my career. Year number 7. All right, back to some other stuff. Cam Newton got released by the Patriots. They were talking about 5 different teams that he would be good to go to. And one of the teams they were talking about, actually, was the Dallas Cowboys, him being the backup for Dak Prescott. But I think it's a lot of teams are really wary of what the type of media circus that it comes with having Cam Newton there. He was on that barbershop talk show on HBO the other day, and I caught this earlier today. He was telling them, like, you don't just bring in a Cam Newton. The reason why he was let go, unofficially, of course, the reason why he was let go because he would be too intimidating to Mac Jones being the backup to him over there in New England. And he said, if you're going to bring a personality like Cam Newton, he literally talked about himself in the third person, but he's like, if you're going to bring a personality like Cam Newton, you need to understand that's a strong personality, and that unofficially is why he was let go, to not intimidate Mac Jones into making mistakes and this and that, and yada, yada. What do you think about that, Artie?
Lesson learned. Bring that same energy, homie. Bring that same energy. Isn't that what he always said?
Yeah.
Bring that same energy. Oh, yeah? My non-believers, bring that same energy. Next year, watch. Next year, watch.
Always next year. At some point, there's no more next year.
He got hurt. He doesn't have the mechanics, and he does not change his style. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have the mechanics, doesn't change his style, and he does not read the game the way the great quarterbacks, the great pocket passers can.
Yeah. They try to turn him into a pocket passer, but he's not a pocket passer.
He's not. And he doesn't have the mechanics for it. He doesn't. Yeah, man. So
yeah.
It is what it is. It's just another dude. Those type of quarterbacks don't last in the NFL. You know, those running, throwing kind of quarterbacks. They get hit, wrong spot, wrong time, and there you go. Everything changes, and then you try to become something you're not, and it does not work.
Some of the teams that they published and said, hey, these are some teams that he can go. Atlanta. They were talking about Atlanta had just lost A.J. McCarron to a season-ending knee injury. It leaves them with undrafted rookie Felipe Franks and Josh Rosen, who was added to the roster not too long ago, as their backups for Mr. Matty Ice, who has been dealing with some injuries over the last couple years. They talked about, once again, my Dallas Cowboys. They don't have a really solid backup quarterback right now. They have Cooper Rush, who actually beat out Ben DiNucci. But DiNucci is actually on the practice squad now, so they got somebody there to be there, but like no solid backup for him as of right now. They're talking about the Washington football team as well. Maybe, doing that, playing with Juan Rivera. I don't know, man. He going back and playing with his former head coach who won a Super Bowl with back in Carolina in his Carolina days. So it would be interesting to see that matchup come back up again. Fitzpatrick and Tyler Heineke or whatever are the guys that are over there right now. So we'll have to wait and see. The other one is the Broncos. They did name Teddy Bridgewater their starter over Drew Lock, which is kind of a sign of we're going to go with a little more tested guy over the new guy coming up. But you can't be upset if they took Cam Newton. And then finally, finally they had the Houston Texans with Deshaun Watson once again being another mobile running quarterback. They don't last forever that way, but this, and then especially with
Watson ain't starting. He ain't even playing for Texans. They already said he's going to be a healthy scratch.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor is actually who's going to be starting for them.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see if they do take a risk with Cam Newton. Actually, I feel that one might be a better fit for Cam. Just because they're going with a former, starter who became a backup, who was a wide receiver and then a backup quarterback and then a starting quarterback. So they might bring somebody in there like that. And then they had a bonus team, which I don't think this one should even be on the list, but they got the Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, the guy right now. They got Jacoby Brissett back there, and then they got a third-string running back in Reed Stinnett. So, I don't think Cam goes over there, but it's somebody they threw out there. Of those teams, sir, who do you think had the best opportunity, or is it nobody on that team that you think it's somebody else that would make that move to get Cam?
Here's the thing. I just don't think he's a backup quarterback that could run an offense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think
he's not a field general.
Anywhere. Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's that. So I don't think I think he's actually going to fade out, man. I don't think he goes anywhere to become a backup.
Do you think with his eccentricities, look at that, big word of the day. Do you think with his eccentricities, a network might pick him up for an analyst job? My what is it called? Color commentary, yeah. Yeah. Nickelodeon's always looking for people.
He ain't gonna be a Tony Romo that breaks something down before it happens,
Oh, he's gonna be like, oh look, there's a pass.
Man, I think the quarterback should run it here.
Dude, 4th and 2, quarterback sneak every time. Oh, why would they punt? Wait, what's going on here?
Yeah,
I would have called an audible and punt and ran that motherfucker myself.
Hand it off to the running back. What?
Why would you do that? If you could run, why hand it off?
Right.
All right, let's get into that first game of the season. Son, the GOAT, Tampa Tom, faced Dak Prescott and the Cowboys in what was scheduled to be a double-digit win for the Bucs, according to the Vegas odds or whatever. that turned into a last-second drive and a field goal win for Tampa Tom and the Buccaneers. But it wasn't the whole story. One bad call maybe goes the other way. That offensive pass interference at the very end. Are we talking the Cowboys upsetting the Bucs? If Greg, ouch, my back hurts, Zerline hits one of the 2 field goals he missed, the Cowboys are still up by 1 at the end of the game. If ifs and buts were coconuts, though, I'd have plenty of them, and we'd be fucking rich. But that's the way the game goes, right? You never know how things are going to land and how things are going to go. The Bucs went out there and handled business and did what the reigning Super Bowl champions are supposed to do, and that is win. And they handled business on both ends of the field. Tampa Tom went out there with 1:28 left in the game, and you knew what was going to happen. I knew what was going to happen. There was a chance. Oh, yeah, there was a chance. Tom went down the field, led his boys. He threw three passes into the stands just to burn time. He knew what he was doing.
It's that one play too that was really late in the game. That dude slipped. Remember that play?
Yeah.
Where he slipped. He was going down and he threw a pass that really he shouldn't have thrown.
He should not have thrown.
People just holding it. He throws it and then Fournette catches it behind the sticks. Kind of turns the opposite way, gets away, shakes the defender a little bit, enough to get an extra 5 yards and gets a first down. And I believe it was like 3rd and 8.
Yeah, it was something stupid like that.
And you're like, damn, here we go.
It was like
once the pass interference happened, you're like, oh, of course it did. Of course it did.
Yeah,
right?
when that pass interference call didn't get called and the ref was standing 5 feet from him, apparently he was blind because he was 5 feet from the fucking play, and he was like, no pass interference. All right, we're good.
No.
It's a catch.
Didn't see nothing.
It's a catch. I didn't see anything. Tom, you got my car? Yeah, okay. I didn't see anything. It's a catch. It's a catch.
We good.
What are you going to do? We talked about this earlier. It should be reviewable. Defensive pass interference is reviewable. It is a reviewable play. However, offensive pass interference is not a reviewable play.
I'm going to propose this to you, compa. Why not review anything in the fourth quarter? Give the coaches, if they have their coaches challenge, a chance to review any particular play in the fourth quarter.
Fucking let them, especially in the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter, let them review anything. If they got their flag, and they think that's gonna change the fucking momentum of the game, let them review anything they want in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, imagine that call comes up, they throw the flag, they see that it is pass interference, offensive pass interference, because he did extend his arms. Right. It was maybe a little bit sold when he, oversold when he fucking kind of threw himself on the ground, because I heard a lot of people, he flopped. Bro, he got pushed. Momentum, it is what it is. Maybe he did fucking flop a little bit more, but by the letter of the law, he extended his arm, and he pushed him away to catch the ball. That's pass interference on the offense, right?
The thing is, if he stays tight on them too, they call defensive pass interference.
Right? Bro, you can't win. You can't win on that one.
I've told you, I think the cornerback position is the worst position in all of sports, like the hardest, if you ask me.
Yeah, at this point,
the hardest. Because they're always undersized compared to receivers. Because if you have size, you go to offense.
Right.
So they're always undersized. Always. That's one. And then you can't basically touch these damn fucking receivers, dude. But they could touch you, and chances are you're not going to get a flag called on you.
Oh, absolutely.
So I don't know, man. So that's my opinion. I think they should change it to if the coaches still have a challenge in the fourth quarter, they could challenge anything in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I mean, it wouldn't slow the game down, It'd help make things get right,
Yeah, I mean that was a very pivotal point in the game last night, with less than a minute left in the game. That was a very pivotal play. And, I mean, does it change the fact that Tom would have still had like 48 seconds left and he still could have drove down the field in thing for a field goal? Probably. But, it changes the kind of play you're gonna throw. Because I think it was like a 2nd and 8 on that one. And, and I mean, you're going 15 yards back. Now it's 2nd and 25. You know what I mean? And it's a different complexity of the game at that point. But it's the way the fucking cookie crumbles. It's the way the ball bounces, and it's the way shit is, right? If they're in Dallas, they get that call all day long. Do they still win? Who knows, right? It is what it is. We go into variants and other things and all kinds of other stuff happening at that point.
Good news is Dak looked amazing, dude.
Dak looked great. 400 some odd yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. That
58 passes.
yeah.
Dude, they said, you know what? Hey, your knee's good. All right, cool. Let's go give you a career high in passes attempts this year.
Let's
this week.
go right now and do it. But like I said, I had a lot of people tell me like, "Hey, dude, Zeke didn't do shit. Zeke didn't 33 yards rushing, 6 yards passing or receiving, I should say." And I tell them like, if you notice, Zeke blocked his ass off the whole fucking game. I don't know how many times that I saw Zeke just fucking dip down and then like pop up on a fucking defensive lineman coming in or a linebacker coming in. Like him and Tony Pollard did what they were supposed to do. They thought we knew who they thought they were, and they actually did that. They played for the team. They didn't play for themselves.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see the Cowboys next week. When they play, who they play next week? They're playing an NFC East team actually. Where my Dallas team at? Where they at? Shit, did I lose them?
They're in Texas.
At Houston? No.
No, they're out of Texas.
I don't see them on there. Did I miss that fucking game? Oh, you know why? Because this is the rest of the. This is the rest of this week's games. That's why it's not. I'm like, wait a minute, where did they go? Anywho, but it's gonna be an interesting, interesting season. They got a mildly easy-ish. You know what? They play the Rams this coming up game. Next week they play the Rams in SoFi. That one's gonna be another tough game. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sam Darnold and that defense is gonna be handling business. Anywho, but Dak did look great. 58 attempts, threw for over 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick that was kind of tipped and this and that. It is what it is. I saw Nate Burleson this morning was talking about how they should revamp the interception rule, like when it comes to the records. If it goes through like the receiver's hand or the receiver pops it up, whatever, it shouldn't be counted as an interception. It should just be counted as an incomplete pass, and then the other team got it. Which I'm okay, but not completely, because I mean, are you going to take away the interceptions that went that way for other players? You know what I mean? Before, like, where does that line draw? What are your thoughts on something like that moving forward? Like, if it was obvious that the quarterback had nothing to do with that fucking interception, like he threw the ball to the receiver just fucked it up, and that's why he got intercepted, should that be counted towards him? Absolutely. Yeah. I see Artie going yeet.
I was waiting for you. I didn't want to interrupt you. Yeah, man. I mean, it's part of the game. It's the way it's always been.
Yeah?
It's the way it's always been. Nothing. You threw the ball. Even if you got touched, so what?
By the way, the rule is if it touches your hands, you're supposed to catch it.
Should be caught.
Damn right. All right, guys, let's talk about the rest of the games for week 1. Obviously, the first game of the season has already come and gone. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have beaten the Cowboys by 2 points. What was it, 30 fucking 3 fucking whatever it is, 31, something like that. Let's talk about who's gonna be first. Let's pick our teams. We'll pick and see who we think is gonna win, and then I need to have your lock win of the week. Like, of course these guys are gonna win, and you can't pick Tampa Bay anymore. And then we're gonna have that lock loss of the week for those of you guys playing in those Survivor leagues, that you want to go ahead and you can't say the Cowboys. That we for sure we believe that's gonna lose this coming up week, and that's how you gotta fucking roll with it. All right. All right. First game on Sunday morning. Jacksonville at Houston. New quarterback, new look. Who do you think is gonna get that one, Artie?
I'll take Jacksonville. Houston's gonna be in shambles.
Yeah.
What about you?
I got Jacksonville as well. I like the quarterback. What's his fucking name? I don't even know his name right now. Trevor Lawrence. But I did draft him in a couple leagues as my secondary, so I'm hoping that he does good things, because I like for when I slide him in there in that bye week, I'm hoping that he does really well. Let's say we got the LA Chargers versus the Washington football, some team, dime names or whatever, this and that.
That's a tough one, man. Washington's better than what you think, you know?
Yeah.
But so are the Chargers, man. So are the Chargers.
Herbert is a bad man.
He is a bad boy. He's a bad boy.
Mm.
When in doubt, take the home team. So I'm taking Washington. I mean, not by a lot. I think it's gonna be a shootout and a good game.
Okay, Artie with Washington, and I'm actually gonna go with the Chargers.
Okay.
I like Herbert. He looks good. I'm gonna go with the guy. Next up, we got and the defense.
He plays defense?
No.
I didn't know he played defense.
No, he doesn't play defense, but he's a great on the offensive side. They're gonna be throwing the ball a lot. Seattle versus Indianapolis, sir. Who you got?
Seattle for sure.
I'm with you there. Seattle all day, twice on Sunday. Unless they're playing the Tampa Bay, then I gotta really think about that one. We got the Jets and the Carolina Panthers.
It's gonna be an ugly game, but Carolina, because they got fucking Run DMC back.
Yep. I got him in like fucking 3 leagues. It's fucking hilarious.
You got the #1 pick in 3 leagues?
3 fucking leagues, bro.
Wow.
I was like, holy.
Oh, that's because you traded up. That's right.
No.
Yeah, you did.
No, in our league, yes.
Okay.
But in the other 2 leagues, I just fucking was #1. I was like, how? And in another league, I was #2. I was like, what in the hell? This is the year for Brent to get a high pick. Minnesota at Cincinnati. Who we got?
Minnesota?
Oh, Artie's going Minnesota. I'm going to go with the new guy, Mr. Burrow. I'm going to say Cincinnati upsets Minnesota because they are at home and Burrow's trying to try and ball out. I'm going to go with that one right there.
He's not new. He played last year. He just got hurt last year.
Yeah, but still. This is basically going to be his new coming out. We got Arizona and Tennessee. This should be quite easy.
Damn. You think it's easy? Really? Tennessee?
You're going with Tennessee. Oh, you're the only 10 I see. Oh, I put Tennessee. I'm actually going with Tennessee as well because they do have, what do they call it? King Henry. I think he's just
AJ Brown and Julio Jones.
Yeah, they're gonna do some shit on offense. So I think Arizona's got a good offensive squad, but I think that the defense is not gonna be able to hold back King Henry and the rest of the offense over there. San Francisco and Detroit is up next. Who you got?
San Francisco.
I hate to say it as well. I agree. I think they have a very solid squad. They're going to be quiet contenders, I think, but they're going to be there. We got Pittsburgh and Buffalo. Here's a good game. It's going to be a slobber knocker there.
Woo. Damn. Buffalo.
I do like it because they're going to be playing in Buffalo. I am also going with Buffalo. I think they just have the better offensive squad right now. But never count out fucking Pittsburgh, though. It's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a shootout just like Tampa and Dallas. I think it's going to be a shootout between Buffalo and Pittsburgh. We got next.
This is a toilet bowl game right here.
This is the
it's a week, if you ask me. It's
bottom of the barrel right here.
Yeah, for sure.
Philadelphia and Atlanta. Who you got? Who?
I'm gonna take Philadelphia.
Oh, already going with Philly. Just because they are a part of the NFC East, I have to go with Atlanta and pray that they do something against that Philadelphia team. I think Philly might win that one, but I'm going to go with Atlanta just because my heart says. Next up, we got Cleveland coming into Kansas City. This should be a no-brainer.
Yeah, Kansas City.
I like how you're like, well, yeah, no, wait.
They're very, very similar to an ultra lock.
Yeah. Let's see. Green Bay at New Orleans.
Green Bay for sure.
I'm with you there. I think Green Bay's got way more melded, offensive togetherness than New Orleans got. I think New Orleans will be there, but Rodgers all day. Rodgers. Let's see. Denver at the New York Giants.
Oh, another.
And they're playing in New York. They're not playing in Denver.
It's so hard because Barkley's still up in the air whether he plays this week.
Right.
I'm just gonna say he plays, so I'm gonna take the Giants, I guess.
All right, New York Giants for Artie. I think Denver's going to take this one because I don't think Barkley's going to play. If Barkley plays, I'm going to be staring at that motherfucker loss right there. But I'm going to go and say Barkley doesn't play week 1 because they want to make sure he's healthy for the rest of the season. And Denver takes that win right there. All right, we got Miami versus New England. New England is notorious for somehow losing to Miami all the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. Notorious for it. But they're playing in New England, which changes things a little bit. Who you got?
No, I think Mac Jones is going to do well, man. I don't think he's going to light up the scoreboard, but I actually think he's going to do well.
I think he's going to manage the game exactly how Bill Belichick wants him to.
Yeah, I think he's that dude. So I'm taking New England.
I as well. I'm going to go with you. I think they beat Torrey Tulu. I won't even try to pronounce his name correctly because I can't, and because I've had 4 Trulies already. Truly, let it be awesome. We got Chicago and the Rams. Whose house?
Rams house.
All right. So we're going with the Rams down over here with Artie. I am going to agree with you. The Rams are going to take this one handedly. And I think the Rams are actually going to be one of those playoff teams. So let's see. The final game, Monday night game, the tiebreaker, sir. Baltimore at Las Vegas.
Baltimore's gotten hurt so much lately, man.
They're just very, very bad.
I'm still going to take Baltimore, man. I just think they're a better team.
Okay. Because of the injuries, I'm going to take Las Vegas.
Okay. I don't got nothing wrong with that either.
Just because the injuries. No injuries, I'm taking Baltimore all day long. But because they're going to be very one-dimensional and Gruden knows how to fucking scheme for a one-dimensional team, I think Las Vegas.
They're one-dimensional? How are they going to be one-dimensional?
Okay, Lamar Jackson can run, but he's not going to have the breakout fucking running back that they need to really balance out that offense. I think Gruden's going to be able to shut him down.
You think they had him before? Well, Dopkins would have been it, but
yeah.
Okay, I guess. All right.
And then finally, for this week, what's your lock of the week?
I don't know about the lock of the week and loss of the week. Isn't it kind of the same thing?
Well, the lock, the win. Who do you think's gonna for sure win? And who do you think of all the teams for sure you think, oh, this motherfucker gonna lose? Not counting the person that I'm pretty sure you're gonna say Kansas City's gonna be the lock. So who?
No, lock. I'll take. I think I took the Rams. I'm taking the Rams for my lock of the week.
Okay, to win.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's KC you play? Cleveland. I'm gonna go KC on this one. Just gonna go and stick with what's been winning.
Yeah.
Who's your for sure man? You're gonna fucking lose this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna take fucking the Bears, the team the Rams playing.
I said not the team that would be on the opposite end.
That.
I literally rewind the tapes. Rewind it.
But you said that for sure is gonna lose. They're gonna
not being the team that you picked the winners.
See, I think we should change it to the toilet bowl game of the week. What is one game that you don't even care to watch?
Okay, what would be the one game we'll change it then. The one game that you
should, no? Man, is it either one of these two teams gonna even score type of thing?
Philadelphia and Atlanta.
So I think there's 3 in my opinion, compa. I think it's the Jets and Carolina. Although I like Carolina because of Run DMC.
Right.
Definitely for sure Philly and Atlanta, and I didn't like that Denver and fucking Giants game either.
Yeah.
I think those 3. If I had to say one that I just don't even care to watch, it's probably that Philly and Atlanta. What about you?
I mean, I'm gonna keep an eye on the score just because the NFC East is right there. But other than that, I'm not gonna be watching. No.
Anyone else, maybe? Maybe Miami, New England for you?
I really don't give a shit about New England or Miami.
Yeah,
And
I think that'd probably be for you, that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
can see that. For me, it's Philly and Atlanta for sure. I could care less about that game.
You give two shits less, huh?
Yeah, because I don't really have any players on those teams.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. The toilet bowl game of the week would be Philadelphia at Atlanta. For those of you guys who are Philadelphia or Atlanta fans, suck it. From a Cowboys fan, go fuck yourselves. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Especially to Philly. I know how hateful and spiteful they are. Don't cancel us.
Washington.
And then yeah, since we record on Fridays, I don't want to miss out on picking that first game. So next week, second week of the season, we got the Giants and the Washington no-name squad. Since I let you pick first last time, I want to pick first this time, and I actually think Washington's going to take this game.
Oh yeah, for sure. I agree.
You going Washington as well?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, double down on the Wash, guys, because they're going to take it. Who else? Well, the other thing we're going to get into real quick before we get the hell out of here, guys. Some of the injuries for fantasy football, and maybe your teams are losing out because their guys are getting hurt. DJ Chark, if you guys drafted him in any part of there, if not the end, he got a hurt chest and back is questionable for Week 1's game, and also some off the field rumors may keep him off the game or off the field for other reasons. Supposedly he's having some issues with some reported domestic violence with his maybe ex-girlfriend now at this point. Let's see. Running back Cam Akers suffered a torn Achilles in training camp with the Rams. So the Rams have lost last year's leading rusher. Let's see. Travis Etienne Jr. on their injured reserve out for the season, suffering a foot injury that has now been deemed a season ender. I actually fucking drafted him, and then like the next day he got hurt. I was so pissed. I was like, oh, this guy's gonna fucking kill it. And then there goes that. And then if you guys drafted anybody in the Baltimore roster, I hope you did not draft any one of their running backs. I know Evan drafted both of them, one after the other, when one of them got hurt, and both of them got hurt now. So don't go that route. Any other big injuries?
I saw your dude Gallup had some hamstring issues.
Hamstring out for 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's a biggie. You know.
I mean, you still got CD Lamb, and you still got Mari Cooper there. You still got Schultz.
Captain Obvious for telling me they're number 1s and 2s.
Hey,
I don't know who
throw it
into
to
that 3 slot.
Throw it to Blake Jarwin. Call it all day.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of a big one. I think the Baltimore Ravens, running back situation is a big issue over there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see. Keep your eye on like the Detroit Lions and the hamstring issues with Swift over there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a tender issue. Barkley and the Giants, I think that's kind of like up in there. I want to see what happens with the Arizona Cardinals running back situation over there.
Right.
I want to see how some of these rookies play out. Maybe like the dudes that are starters, projected starters, do well, or even some of the second-year players, like the dude from the Chiefs. Whether he comes back and bounces back. He was supposed to be a big deal last year and really never panned out.
Right.
I kind of feel like Harris or whatever, Harris from Pitt is kind of like the same kind of road as him.
Yeah.
Where like he's supposed to be a big deal. I don't think he won't pan out. It's just like I feel like it's the same thing,
Yeah, I'm with you there.
So I'm curious to see how he does. Yeah, so I always like those first year and second year running backs, that struggled their first year.
Yeah, fucking Carson Wentz has miraculously recovered from his foot injury. He will start Week 1.
Right. I'm curious to see how Jalen Hurts does with Philly.
Very curious to see how he does.
Like he really finished off strong last year. Now this year, everybody was like, "Oh, they brought in like backups," and they were talking about like getting other quarterbacks for him. And that was really strange. What was going on there?
Yeah, I'm with you
Really
there. I hope
kinda
he
changed it.
does decently, but not very well because he is in my division, so he can
Yeah.
kiss my ass.
I didn't know you played football.
Hey, I was born and bred a Cowboys fan all day long.
You weren't born and bred in Macau. You weren't born in Texas or Dallas.
Whatever.
You weren't
They're not
born
even in
Orange
Dallas.
County,
They're in
crap,
Arlington. Come
Oh,
on.
yeah, whatever they are.
Come on. Where's my hat? Now you're begging. Now you're begging.
Dallas, and they call themselves the Dallas Cowboys. Then
The
that
Dallas
one too.
Cowboys.
they have issues then too, just like the Los Angeles Angels, huh?
Damn right. I'm okay. I'm okay with loving teams that have issues, bro. I'm okay with that. They're broken a little bit, just like I'm broken inside.
Well, yeah.
The other thing I wanted to touch on before we get out of here for the rest of the night, for the rest of the weekend, actually. Tomorrow is 9/11. Well, Saturday is, depending on when you listen to it. 20 years have passed since the tragic 9/11. What has happened, really? It's crazy to think that some people out there today, some adults out there today, in their early, just becoming 20, this and that, or their early 20s, don't know or remember 9/11, but just a solemn remembrance of what has happened, what changed the fate of the United States 20 years ago, man. I had so much bad juju happen to me 20 years ago, man. It's sad to think about everything that went down. The good thing is I'm alive, my family's alive, you're alive, your family's alive. We're good, and a moment to remember those who lost their lives, the firefighters and the police officers. It's crazy how 20 years changes the way we look at police officers and firefighters, and you look at 2021 now and all the cries for to defund the police and this and that, and just how quickly just people forget about what happened. It's crazy to think that our kids will learn about 9/11 in their history books when we lived through it. We're at that point in our lives where, wow. You got anything to add there, Artie?
Not really. It's 10 years ago. I got bigger fish to fry, to be honest. I'm just thinking about my cousin every day now. It's a whole different can of worms we're dealing with right now. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can't believe that some people think it was fake in some ways too. That's what I thought you were leading to when you said I can't believe some people, and then you said, "Oh, don't even think it's real." I asked my students that. I asked them hey, what does 9/11 feel like to you guys? They're like, well, we've seen some videos, and that's how I felt about the world wars and stuff like that, and the Holocaust, where it's damn, that really happened, that is something that they see it, there's literally movies about it now, and that's how the Holocaust was for us, right? Where you're just
watching Schindler's List and shit like that.
This is real, this, and that's how these kids see it too, where you're damn, it doesn't affect me that much, I guess, in terms of cut me deep, because it was on the East Coast, meaning I had no ties to that other than them being in the US, and of course you get upset as an American type of thing. But in terms of it really hitting me in the heart or something, I mean, not really, not as much, not now, Of course that whole year you're somber, very similar to, I don't know, trying to think of someone else, I don't know, in some ways kind of when Kobe died, where it's just damn, you're just kind of, damn, that really happened, type of thing.
It's also this is also Suicide Prevention Month, guys, so if you guys are feeling down for whatever reason, 9/11 or it being a Tuesday, you know what I mean, make sure you guys reach out to your family and friends, let them know you love them. If they need anything, always talk to them. I know I've had a couple friends hit me up, they haven't been doing too well and stuff like that, so always be there to answer the phone, always be there to lend an ear, even if it's for a minute or an hour, guys. Your thoughtful conversation could keep somebody from jumping off that edge, or metaphorically or actually jumping off that ledge. So just make sure you guys are keeping track of your loved ones, and reach out to your friends and just say, hey, I just wanted to check in, see how you're doing, and make sure you're doing all right. It's not always the people that you think it's gonna be. It could be somebody who's having a great fucking life right now, but just something changes. So make sure you guys reach out and reach to them. And then my biggest condolences to my compadre, who just lost his cousin. And compa, like I am truly sorry, sir. There are no words that I could say to try and comfort you, sir, other than I love you, and we're gonna be okay.
All right, well, take it serious, my friends and family, because as Brent mentioned, I lost someone who I viewed as my little brother. He was equivalent to Andy for Brent. Ronnie was 3.5 years younger than me. We grew up loving the game of baseball. We played together in Sunday leagues forever. We share the last name, Casas. I just can't even tell you how much how deep it cuts, and I'm not close with a lot of my cousins. I'm cool with a lot of them, but not close. I'm only close really with 2 of them, and he was one of them. So, and he was, someone that just didn't believe in taking the vaccine for whatever reason or another, and it's something that could have helped him, and he should have gone to the hospital sooner, and he tried to get it out, and it cost him his life, from my understanding, from what my uncle said. So, it's just kind of deep. Take it serious, and it's not like he was out there being dumb about it. He just caught it, and he got the Delta variant, and it held on to him and never let go.
Yeah, guys, we've said this from the beginning, Artie and I. If you don't want to get the vaccine, it's your prerogative, right? You don't want to listen to science, and you want to do whatever, dude. You don't want to, it's fine. But take care of yourself. Take care of yourself for the people that you're around. Make sure that you're wearing your mask, like Artie always says. Wear your mask, wash your hands, be safe. Just, if not for just you, for the people around you. For the people that you deal with on a daily basis, just take care of yourself for them, regardless of your stance on the vaccine or not. Just be safe. Fuck, dude. Like, we've gotten to a point in this world where some people just don't have any regard for their fellow man, and let's just change that right now, guys. Let's just change that. Huh? How about that?
Yep. So wash your hands and wear those masks, mi gente. Hope to see you next week.
Absolutely, guys. We'll catch you guys next week. Thank you guys for listening to us today. I know we got a little somber towards the end, but we got to keep it real as always, guys. And then don't forget to set your calendars. SoCal residents, the Blown State Podcast is proudly sponsoring the Waves Project inaugural Veteran Classic, Golf Classic, I should say, on November 12th this year at the Temecula Creek Inn Golf Resort. If you guys are interested in joining the event as a player or a sponsor as well, please visit wavesgolf.com for further information. You guys, we love you guys. Stay safe, and we'll catch you guys next week.